Pennywise is back with It Chapter 2. Today, I'm going to share you my thoughts on the film. In the sleepy town of Derry, the evil clown Pennywise returns 27 years later to torment the grown-up members of the Losers Club, who have been long since drifted apart from one another. Hey everybody, my name is Justin and I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more upcoming movie reviews. Today we're going to be talking about It Chapter 2, one of my most anticipated films of 2019. I really loved the first It movie. I was so excited to see this star-studded cast with Jessica Chastain, Bill Hader, James McAvoy in their roles as the grown-up members of the Losers Club. On a side note, I have not read the story. I do own it, but I am too lazy to read this book because it is so long. I just like to read Harry Potter over and over again when I'm sure that the fourth Harry Potter book is almost maybe as long as this one, I don't know. But I was really excited to see this, and the trailer really did impress me. I loved every single trailer that had came out. I will admit I was slightly disappointed with It Chapter 2. It's a very long film, and that has nothing to do with the movie, because I think that there was a lot that needed to be done in the movie. My main issues with this movie happen to lie with the overall connection from the first movie with this new movie, from the past and the present, connecting both the kids and the adults. And I understand that since they've drifted apart, they've kind of forgotten a little bit about what had happened to them as a kid. But once everybody gets back together, and Mike, who has lived in Derry his whole life, says that he knows how to kill Pennywise, and they all have to do something individually to gather something so they could kill Pennywise. And so at that point, the past really connects with the present. And the kids that were in the first movie have grown up a little bit over the last couple of years. So they've used some CGI on the faces, and it looks a little weird at times. But they're in Derry, the grown-ups, and they're starting to remember certain things about their past. And that allows for new footage that we didn't see from the first movie regarding the kids and their interaction with Pennywise. So it also explains a little bit about who they are now and what they are looking for. My issue with that is that you have, let's say, Bill starting it off. He goes on this adventure by himself to look for something, starts to remember a little bit about Pennywise, and it connects to who he is now. And then it goes on to Jessica Chastain's character. And then it goes on to Bill Hader's character. And then it goes on to the next character. So you're left thinking, all right, the first character is done. We have this much left. All right, you got another one done. You got the next couple ones. All right, that one's done. Let's move on to the next one. You know what's going to happen next. You know what's going to play out in the next scene. You know what's this. It's the same structure done multiple times. And it kind of got a little boring, to be honest. I know that it had a lot to do with who they are and how they end up as adults, but I would like to see it structured just a little differently. Now, like I said, I have not read the book, so I can't compare it to the book. I can't say, oh, this scene was really well done compared to the novel. I have not seen that, so I have nothing to go off of. All I have is what I've seen in the movie. This movie is very odd as well. I know that the adult part of the It novel is weird. I've heard that. And the one with Tim Curry as Pennywise, that one was weird as well. But here, there's so many different little creatures and different things happening that wasn't in the first movie. So it's a bit of a different shock, and it's a different style to be creepy and how to terrify the audience. There's so many different scenes very early on that just feel different from that first movie that was truly about Pennywise and terrifying the kids. And Pennywise is using different creatures to terrify the adults. And so I thought it was a little bit weird compared to the first movie. Like I said, again, I haven't read it, so I don't know what is in the novel. I should read it soon. But certain creatures just felt a little bit different compared to the first movie. And that allowed for Pennywise to really take a step back. I felt like I didn't get as much Pennywise as I wanted to because he relied heavily on some different creatures to terrify the kids and adults. But once we did get Pennywise, I really like him in the movie. I think that there are some really disturbing scenes regarding Pennywise and some kids that really did spook me, if you would like to say that. It was really graphic. I think this film is more violent and bloody compared to the first film. There's a lot of scenes that do involve Pennywise and different kids that we haven't experienced yet. And it is pretty gruesome, so on the bloody aspect, it's there. But when we do get Pennywise, I think that it is great. Bill Skarsgård is great as Pennywise. I really like his performance. It's really disturbing. One of my favorite aspects of the film is the adults. James McAvoy, Bill Hader, Jessica Chastain, all great actors and actresses in this film. They do a great job in the movie. The best part of this movie is definitely Bill Hader. Bill Hader has a past that we didn't know much about, and he's been hiding a lot of it. And once it's slightly revealed, it's a very emotional scene. Bill Hader gives a deeply emotional performance in this movie. Easily the best performance from this movie, and one of my favorite performances from this year. It made me cry. It is truly heartbreaking, and I totally was not expecting it at all. For someone who's very funny and definitely doesn't show his emotion throughout the movie, once we get towards the end, it hits you, and it's just truly epic and emotional and very, very good performance that I absolutely loved. So Bill Hader is easily my favorite part of It Chapter 2. And I also like James McAvoy in the movie. He definitely takes on that leader role like he did in the first film. Jessica Chastain is great in the movie as well. You have the other members of the Losers Club that I'm blanking on their names, but each one did a great job in their role. So what I liked is that they each went their separate ways in life, and they had a hard time remembering what had happened, because the further they got away from Derry, the less they remembered about what had happened. But once they get back to Derry, once they all come back as friends, you can tell that that friendship is still really strong. And they click like they did when they were kids. Their chemistry works. They crack jokes about each other. They're there to help each other. It's all really great. And the chemistry amongst all of the grown-up actors definitely works in the film. I have an issue with the ending and how slightly anticlimactic it is, but overall, It Chapter 2, I'm not gonna lie, it did disappoint me a little bit for a good majority of the film and how it was structured, the lack of Pennywise in the movie, and the choppy connection between the past and the present. It definitely relied heavily on that past to tell the present's story. But I really did like the chemistry amongst the Adult Losers Club. Bill Hader is great in the film. It is scary at times. It is bloody. Bill Skarsgård is great as Pennywise once again. It is an enjoyable film. It is lengthy. I'm not sure I would see it again in theaters, but if you really, really liked It Chapter 1, I think you will find things that you will love about It Chapter 2. But I really did like the movie for some elements. There's some elements I did not like, but I thought it was a decent film. I'm going to go ahead and give It Chapter 2 a B. Thank you guys for checking my review for It Chapter 2. Stay tuned this weekend. I got some more It-related videos coming your way. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. My name is JustinWatchesMovies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.